Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch it. Um, there's a few things I'm going to have to do in this video because this will be a video that people see all around the world. And the reason why is because of the nature of the video and the different circles that people come from that know me. So with that being said, if you don't know already, my name is Aaron Hill. And I'm a musician, I'm a producer, I'm an audio engineer, I'm an educator, I'm a secular humanist, and I'm just a positive person who's optimistic and loves life, and loves people, and loves love. I love to care and show care for people and give. Right now I'm out in my beautiful landscape of my backyard surroundings in my complex. There's a little bit of noise going on with the cars, so I hope it doesn't disturb you too much. But at any rate, again, thank you for watching this video. I'm doing this video because I understand the power of authenticity, the power of being genuine, caring, loving, sharing, giving, and honesty. And so my goal with this video is to be able to display that. What I'm going to talk about is something that is only a few people, and I say a few, meaning there's well, I guess I would say a few. If I look at the population at large, who knows me, even in the dozens or even in the hundreds would be few. So I put up a Facebook post yesterday, and it said I had a 6-figure-a-year business that I forgot how I worded it, but basically that I'm no longer able to function in due to personal, moral, and philosophical reasons. This isn't something that happened overnight by any means. And one thing I have to say now, and I apologize in advance, but this is going to be a lengthy video. This video is going to at least be 40 minutes. So either watch it all the way through or take it in chunks, whatever works best for you. But at any rate, I put that post up, and my goal has been to share another aspect of my life that many people may not be familiar with. Let me get my dress right. Can't speak and have uneven strings here, that'd be a distraction, the whole video. But at any rate, in this video, I'm going to show you what that business is if you aren't familiar already, and what I've dedicated my life and positivity to, and now what I'm having to go into a different direction with. So the name of the company is Fruition Music. I started, and y'all gonna have to excuse me, it's also raining out here, my allergies and everything. So yeah, right now this is just got all kinds of. Anyway, the name of the company Fruition Music. And I developed the company in 2007. You'll hear more information on that. It's a company that has been devoted to gospel and Christian music. And it's something that I'm 36 years old, and for 27 years of my life, it is the philosophy and the theology that I identify with. For the last 9 years, it hasn't been. And by no means is this video going to be exhaustive at all. There's going to be a million questions, and I've got a million answers and a million things to share in positivity and in education. So I won't be able to cover everything here. It won't be exhaustive at all. It'll just be kind of the tip of the iceberg. So with that being said, during the time, I guess you could say, of my transition, there was I say this right now and in real time, I respect everybody's decisions, everybody's belief, whatever anybody subscribes to for what makes their life happy. In fact, that's one of the biggest things that has changed about my life than prior, is that I didn't used to accept that because I wasn't really taught to accept that. But at any rate, this is that. Like, I genuinely accept. But during that time, it was still okay for me to operate in a business because it didn't really bother me as much. It wasn't as much cognitive dissonance. And again, I'm fine with people's decisions. But now, because of my present views and because of how I see life, what I've studied as far as psychology, what I've studied as far as sociology, as well as everything that I've studied as far as history and theology and religion and spirituality and that kind of thing. It's not something that I'm able to participate in directly anymore. Now, for those that are watching this video that only know me because of performance tracks, the performance tracks will still be available. I just have to answer that question right away because there'll be thousands of people that go, wait a minute, are you getting ready to get rid of the tracks? No, I won't be getting rid of the tracks. We won't be getting rid of the tracks. But there will not be any more going forward as far as the catalog, unfortunately. And I'm very sorry for the people that really right now, there's some of you all that won't understand this part of the video. But there'll be those of you all that do. And I want to say I'm sorry, especially if it's something that really hurts people. I really, really am, because this isn't that at all. But the tracks will still be available, the ones that are at present. And I'm still going to be making music. I'm still going to be making positive, inspirational music, all kinds of great, uplifting, empowering music. It's just going to be in a different direction with my company and my music and some of the other things that I'm working on with other people around me. One of those people being my life partner, Chandra. If you aren't familiar, get familiar. But you will be, because we're putting out a lot of her music soon. But at any rate, I just had to say that first. Secondly, because of this is something that I've been dealing with for a while. It's just that now I'm going public about it. It's also means that literally something that I built my entire life on and career on is now something that I can't necessarily depend on to help me go forward. And like with any business, it's a two-part thing. Like with any business, no matter how good it is, even Nike, you have to eventually, you have your ups and downs, just the normal climate of the industries and of business. So you have to adjust to that. So that's something that was already on the table anyway. But the problem, like I say, really being a cognitive dissonance and a moral dilemma is that going forward with that and being able to do the things that it would take to then take it to the next level, unfortunately, aren't things that I'm able to do. And it's not also one of those things that I can just pass on and allow someone else to do as well, even though there are, other people or what have you involved. Well, I guess I should rephrase that. Even though I have the ability, if I did the research, to sell the company and to do that kind of thing. But it's something that I created that I'm proud of, that I don't really desire to do that. And like I say, it still involves work. I mean, that's work as well. And it's not something that I'm able to do. So again, more explanation on this, that, and the third, as they say. But I just wanted to start here and just say, with all that being said, I'm at a place of giving beyond giving, because that's always been my mission, always will be my mission. And I need that support. I need support from you as followers. I need support from you as friends. I need support from you as, I said followers and friends. I really should have said family first, because that's actually, if you don't know me already, again, I'm going to be talking in a weird way, because I'm talking to people that know me up close and personal. I'm also talking to people that know me from a distance and everybody in between. So if you don't know me up close and personal because you haven't been following me on Facebook, or you haven't been following my channel, Aaron Hill TV, check it out on YouTube if you haven't, then you may not know what my personality is like firsthand. But the people that do know can tell you that on an everyday basis, I'm giving as much as I can. I'm helping, I'm sharing, I'm smiling, I'm loving as much as I can. That is who I was then. This is who I am now. This is who I will always be. And that's the reason why I'm confident now with being able to come forward, because I understand that above all else, intentions speak volumes, actions speak louder than words, and no one can deny love, no one can deny positivity, and no one can deny integrity. And someone who has a heart of gold, so to speak, to be able to devote his life to benefiting humanity and being as positive for humanity and helping to change the world in as many positive ways as possible. That actually is what led me to where I am now. So there'll be a million questions and I'm going to answer all of them. At first, and you'll hear it later in this video, I wasn't sure if I was going to how I was going to do it and when and on what platform and all that kind of stuff. Now I realize it's going to be a part of my brand because I have a lot to teach in the realm of education. I have a whole lot of education that I did not have before. And the goal really is mainly for one, I guess you could say one thing in totality. I say it again I apologize for being redundant too. It's just, you guys, this is the first video. You guys just allow me to, if you would, to get out my thoughts. But it's to help. It's to actually help more than it is to cause a stir or uproar or any kind of thing like that. I accept and I love people for who they are, what they choose, and what's for them in their life. But I also know that, like myself, because I've come on a long journey, there are other people out there that have thoughts and have questions and have no one to relate to and feel like they're by themselves. And especially with the background that I come from, in the midst of the demographic that I come from. So this is literally for anybody who is truly, a person who supports me and understands, who I am, really who I am, and not labels or any of that. And then people who I can actually help because they are very quiet, because they have no one to relate to. Mahalia Jackson, if I can help someone along my journey and on my way, then my living isn't in vain. And with that, I'll leave the rest to the 400 other videos that I'm going to do and just say thank you for watching, and we're getting ready to go to the next part of the video. And if you're watching this, even if you're watching this live, I'm using a particular program where I can't see the chat. So I apologize if you all are commenting. Comment away. And if you know me, you know I'll respond to every comment and take the time. So thank you, and continue watching. So the first thing is, if you do a Google search for Fruition music, this will give you all these results. And this will give you a good overview of what I've been doing since 2006 to 2007. I would say 2006 until now. So 12 years, half of which has been running a company full time. The other half was part time while I was also working in the church and playing gospel music. This is the YouTube page. And this is the YouTube page that I've spent years building. In fact, let me go to the About section real quick. 2008 is when I launched this YouTube channel. And I think you all might find a few interesting things about this. So the first thing is, the channel has a pretty decent subscriber rate, 44,000. And it's a niche-based channel with accompaniment tracks for gospel that you can't find anywhere else. There are only a few. Now you can find a few other companies, but I was one of the first companies to be able to really go strong with this on a broad scale with thousands of tracks, and also providing production for the community. All right, so this is just kind of the overview page. I want you all to visit all these links. That's why I'm doing it. I really want you, if you have never been exposed to what I've been doing since 2007, from 2007 to, I would say strongly about 2014, I really want you to just go over here and just check these things out. These are things that I'm really proud of, and I also am using this experience in order to share with others, in order to teach others and help other people in the business field and with entrepreneurship and all kinds of things. So anyway, please head on over to this and check it out. I want to show you this. So I want to show you the magnitude and the volume of what I've been doing. Let me do it this way first. So this is the videos page. And if you notice, when I scroll down, you're going to see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of videos. Now I'm scrolling slowly so it can load, but I could literally sit here and do this probably for at least I would say at least 10 minutes straight, and the page wouldn't end. All right, now I'm not going to do that, but I wanted to show you that, and I'm going to flip over here. This is the total number of videos that I've done for this channel. 1,910 videos. And as you all can imagine, whether you're into YouTube or not, you can imagine how long it would take a person to create almost 2,000 videos. So I've invested a lot of my lifetime in this as far as my career, and gratefully so. But I wanted to show you that there are 1,910 videos on this channel here. All of this is material that came from a place of giving and really, really sharing and helping people. And it has literally helped people all across the world for years. It has helped people. All right, the next thing, this is the website, fruitionmusicstore.net. Head on over and check it out so you can see everything that I'm showing you. This is the cover page with just like an overview. And then here, which is gospel has been the predominant genre that I produced for years. And so this is the gospel track category. And as I scroll down this list, you'll notice the same effect that you saw looking at the YouTube videos. These are all individual songs that I produced. And I also have later on, I would say about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I also teamed up with 2 other producers who also produced for the company as well. But the majority of these that you're seeing, over 80%, are ones that I produced with my own hands. Now, if you notice here on this side, you can see, if you kind of know how the computer works, that this is small and this is still a long way to go. So I wanted to show you that. And then also I want to show you that the music can be found on iTunes. Now, most people, if you're familiar with an artist that has music on iTunes, or if you are an artist, I mean, you expect, to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 albums and that kind of thing. So here's what I've been working on and doing for that time. So these are individual songs. And again, if you notice, if you look to the right here, this is really small. This has a long way to go, and you see how many songs are in each window as I scroll. So needless to say, you can go on and on and on. If I go back, and then I'll show you the album side. This will be the last one, the last demonstration of this. So these are albums. Each of these albums have at the very least 7 songs on them, but between 7 songs all the way up to about 18 or 20 songs per album, mostly averaging around 10 to 12 albums. There was at one point between 2012 and 2014 where I was releasing an album a week. And those of you all, whether you're an artist or not, or musician or not, everyone can tell how long it takes to produce an album and to be able to have a turnaround time of a week. But this is the kind of mode that I go in when my goal is to help the world and help humanity, and to use everything that I have and all my gifts. So I'm super proud of it, super proud of it. That's why this particular period of time in my life for the last several years has been bittersweet, and there's been a bit of cognitive dissonance and a number of things. Not because I'm struggling with anything. I know who I am. I know where I am. I know, where I stand. I know how I think, and it's amazing. I'm having the most amazing life ever. I'm happier than I've ever been. But just like having a child, it's just like having a baby who's your pride and joy, who maybe be going in a direction that's not quite what works for you. And it's tough as a parent because that love is there, and so is that happy, that bittersweet aspect of it. Last thing, the music also can be found on Amazon and Google and several others, but I just wanted to show you all the main ones. Now, if you look at this page, the pictures are bigger, so it's less albums per page. But when you get to the bottom of the page, look how many pages there are. There are 20 pages. So I just wanted to show you that. And then here's kind of one of the places where it started when LinkedIn came out and a few other. I've had several websites. I've had my own website several times created. So anyway, that's that. Please start here though, and just from your mobile device or wherever you are, just Google Fruition Music. My desire is to actually show you all everything that I've been doing and to be totally transparent and candid. So the last part I wanted to show you is you might already be familiar, but for those that aren't, and just so I can make sure I cover all bases, this is where my attention is full time. This is where my desire is to, in addition to what I've already created and how it's impacted people across the world, this is the legacy. This is part of the next chapter of my life. And really, I see this really for the totality of my life as the legacy that I desire to leave. So this is my Facebook page, my public figure page, and of course, in addition to my personal page, which you can stay up with, and I do a lot of communication on there. You know, you can also go to my public figure page. I'll have a lot there as well. Then, of course, Instagram, and excuse me, my the YouTube channel that I'm focusing 100% of my time on is the Aaron Hill TV page, and I'm really excited about this because, you know, it's the reason why I'm pouring my heart in this way. My only goal has always been and will ever be to give as much as possible. Those of you all that know me, I just ran into a guy yesterday who actually, it was his favorite song, and I was telling him that it was my life's mantra, and it's pretty much the Mahalia Jackson concept. If I can help somebody as I travel along the way, then my living won't be in vain. And I don't have a question of whether my living will be in vain or not, because I totally understand who I am and what my goals are and my impact on the world. So my only goal is to give. And so this channel and everything else I'm doing, but especially the network, you know, the TV station, is all about me pouring out to people in many different ways. So of course, if you all have been here before, you'll see that I have playlists geared towards different kind of things. There are tutorials here. There are projects that I do with my full community, Fruition community, which I'll go to in a second. There's humanitarian work. And the thing about it is that I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. It's just that I wasn't really putting it into the formula that I'm putting now. Like, I didn't have a track record or trail because all my attention was focused in a different area of my business. But there's my new In the Shed series and my pocket piano tutorials and another series I have coming up. All these are geared towards sharing as much musical information with other musicians and artists as possible. I have, the podcast Mood Mondays podcast, and then I have my daily vlogs. Thank you all so much for all your support to everyone who's watched and who's just enjoyed. I mean, it's really made for the reciprocal effect, and that's the reason why it's time to just completely go forward and just, you know, be transparent with everyone and authentic, as I always am, but, you know, in a deep part of my life that to date not too many people know about. So there's the vlogs, there's business tip and advice, there's music education. And so basically the same way I did on my other channel, I'm going to be producing content every single day. There was at one point when I was not only releasing an album a week, but I was putting up 9 videos and other pieces of content on the other sites that was all free to help as many people as possible. And that was the way that things went for the business in 4 years. The income doubled, and in 4 years, it doubled every year, basically, you know, average. And in 4 years, there was well, you math junkies like myself will know that what I'm about to say doesn't add up, but you get the gist though. Like the increase was exponential. In 4 years, the company went from 10,000 a year gross income to 130,000 income. So it was over 100% in 4 years. So with that being said, that all came from giving, and giving some more. And so now, because I didn't get the opportunity to put all that kind of material up while I was doing the other side of business, now I have to build from scratch. And so, it's a long process. I'm the type of person where it doesn't matter. That is actually my strength, is buckling down in tedious, long processes, that can be boring and all that kind of stuff, because I love it. I absolutely love it. My end game is never about the money. My end game is how I actually touch people's lives, the smiles I put on their faces. This is why, on Facebook, you guys that are on my that are my friends, and when we're chatting here, this is why my attitude is the way that it is. I'm a relational person. The funny thing is, and I put it up recently, I'm a total introvert, but on social media, you wouldn't know that. And many people have told me that, even in person, like, you wouldn't know that, but mainly on social media. But it's just because of the fact that I get to have the one-on-one type of impact that I desire, in a way where I'm still able to be in my own home and by myself in private, or in my own space, And so I love crowds. I love being around people, of course. You all that met me, but by nature, I'm an introvert. But anyway, I'm saying that just to say that this is the same goal here. If you guys have seen my videos already, you already see the dynamic, and you already see the different range of topics and the range of information. And my goal is to take that and take it to an entirely new level. That's why the goal is to be as transparent as possible and let you all know in a very real way how much I need your support, and especially during this particular time. But with that being said, there's everything here. You can see it, and if you haven't, please check it out. And the last thing is that the only thing I wasn't sure about, but I'm pretty much 100% sure about now, because it all makes sense together, and how my goal is to help those, help anyone I can, with my journey, is I wasn't sure if I was going to put this part of my journey on this particular YouTube channel, specifically dealing with my transition through religion and spirituality and that kind of thing. The entire chapters, what you all don't know about me, many of you all don't, is that, I had I would say starting really actively in 2009, up to date, I've had, over 7 years of transition. And it's something that it didn't just come overnight. And most of y'all don't know, while I was doing all the other stuff that you saw on the other channel and all those 2,000 videos, I also was 7 and 8 hours a day studying theology, studying history, doing religious studies, studying every major religion around the world, reading. The other day, if you all haven't seen it already, look at this vlog right here. This vlog right here for the Vegan SoulFest, and you'll see, I think it's right here in the video. Yeah, right here. You'll see right here in the video where I'm talking to a guy who's Hindu, and I tell him, in fact, here's the scene right here, where I tell him that I read the Bhagavad Gita, and he was surprised.
Oh, I read the entire Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I have.
He said, "Really?"
So there was a vote for.
And so we started talking, and then and shortly after that, we started having a philosophical discussion right here. About the concept of interpretation. And
Person not interpret something and still actually convey it in his or her own words. To me, that's one and the same thing. That's a beautiful question.
He said, "That's a beautiful question." So he was surprised that I read the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, for those of you all that don't know, is the Hindu text, and it's a part of the larger work called the Mahabharata. And this is manageable. And he was still surprised, though, because it's still a pretty big text. But, this is the kind of journey, that I've been on, a journey in just understanding life, understanding the questions that I had and why I had those questions, and what was the history with the things that I grew up with that I had no idea about, but that, you know, it was not a part of, it was my entire life. It was every aspect of my life, from the places where I was the most during the week, as well as what I studied the most, what I identified with the most, the people and the family and the friends that I was around, you know, the most, and everything that we identified with, and all the way down to our morals and values and what we did and how we did it. And so between that, studying that to its core, and studying everybody else's stuff, you know, which is not usually encouraged, in fact is demonized, which actually keeps us from education, and it's a whole other, like, these are all things that my desire has been to talk about. I just wasn't sure what medium, and then also it just was a process, because of the fact that, you know, you have very real people that have very real feelings. And although you might be saying that something has changed for you and is, you know, is just not what you identify with, other people can take it personally. And when your entire career is built on it, and built on people's feelings about it, and them identifying with it as themselves and not just a part of themselves, and you're wise, like you understand, you know, that you got to take some time and understand, if you are going to be able to be more vocal about it and live your life, you know, how to. And especially, and I really say this in a very, very, very sincere way, so I'll be saying this a lot, that I hope nobody takes offense to this, but especially within my demographic of the African American culture, where it's something that is, you know, for a part of our culture and our heritage, but it's a whole other side of the story, because on the flip side it actually isn't. But anyway, regardless of that, it's still something that really shapes a lot of our lives, and I'll even say for many people, most people, in a positive way. So anyway, but with that being said, all of this is about giving in that same direction and needing the support in order to do that. And so between that, and then, you know, here's the website where you can find, where I'll be, you know, be focusing all my full-time efforts with my music, and with my partner Chandra's music, and with the band's music, and his brother Micah Smith, and everything that we do as a community, which goes here. And you can find Fruition Community, you know, everywhere on all the other social media platforms. But Fruition Community, you know, like right now we're getting ready to, I'm super excited about this too. Right now we're working on Chandra's catalog, and this is something that I'm pouring my heart into, because, you know, I'm a person that has made backing tracks and sheet music and all kinds of things in other genres for a long time, and especially the genre of gospel and Christian music. And so one of the things now that I'm super excited about is, I'm an inspirational person. I'm a very inspirational person, always have been, always will be. And so now the inspiration, because of my philosophical views, is in the direction of humanitarianism and secular humanism, some of which the values are a part of other faiths as well, but some which aren't, and some that go in different directions or have different perspectives and point of views. The point I'm making, though, is that the music that I'm making now, my personal music, and the music of Chandra, is music that I feel is super inspirational, and is a part of what I would say, you know, being a part of the fabric of inspiration today, and offering even more in the direction of what I particularly stand for, and that kind of thing. And so I'm excited. We're going to be coming out with not only just her music, and let me go here, because this is one of the song she wrote called "I Love My Life." Let me see if I can move forward a little bit.
I drink coffee in the mornings, but sometimes she's on my mind. Love the sun on my skin, but sometimes the rain feels fine. When I lay in my bed, the softness of my sheets, the only thing that beats this here would be a kiss
So we're coming out with sheet music for music like this. And this song called I Love My Life. Just so I don't make this too long, I'm not going to play it all the way through. But I know if you all were enjoying that, you can go to right here to the website fruitioncommunitymusic.com. I'm Ashandra, and right here Kintsugi. There's that song and a few other songs from the album as we're continuing to release the songs one at a time. Now, the lyrics, that was a song called I Love My Life, where she talks about just being positive in life and just the different things like calling your mom, being sweet to people and just appreciating being grateful. And so there's songs like that. There's songs like Here, Grown Woman, that talks about just being a powerful woman, a powerful, virtuous woman. It's a lot of music that we have that's about positivity. And for those of you all that know, I don't even have to explain it, but this is also because this video, I know, is going to be shared with more than just people that are directly a part of our community now, but other people, around the world, because of the fact of the reach that we have and for the various reasons. There are going to be some people that share this video literally because it's going to be like, hey, remember that guy, Aaron, who we bought gospel tracks from? Yeah, his life is changing, and that's not what he's really into anymore. So, and they might not have kept up with the music or anything. So, anyway, but we're going to be making sheet music, performance tracks, for backing tracks for other people to use to perform with and that kind of thing, as well as the music and releasing it. And we've got a bunch of workshops. We've just got so much work happening. You can also go to the website. This is my website, AaronHillsWorld.com. It's basically a landing page for you to get out really to all the other social media platforms, but to see it all in one place. And that's because, of course, now everything is social media. Very little is website. So this is really just to show you everywhere I am and kind of put it all in one place. Soon, if I'm fortunate enough, which is why I put out the post the other day, my goal is to have an app. I'm going to have an app soon because I need something where people can get the daily inspirations that I release, the daily piano meditations, the daily music inspirations, and the like I said, I got a load of stuff, the tutorial vids, podcasts, vlogs, humanitarian efforts, and these are things that I need people to see all in one place as opposed to having to jump around. That's why YouTube is the best place. It's going to start being the best place to really keep up with me. Facebook is for conversation because I'm a conversationalist. I like Instagram. I love Instagram. Haven't really done a whole lot on Instagram, although I am upping my game on there, as you all can see if you're connected with me on there. But it also takes a whole lot to just manage. And because I like to talk more, I like Facebook more because it's more about long length conversations. But anyway, I'm saying that to say that I'm going to have also a content schedule. And so that's the other thing as I was looking at this particular topic, because I'm going to start having videos, about philosophy, about theology, about my particular journey, all that I've learned, all that I've studied. Many people don't know, like I studied with Yale University, on these topics and that kind of thing. And I have positive words to offer. This won't be at all about, starting some debates with people and arguing about things. There's different types of arguments. I'm not about just people tearing each other down and all that kind of craziness. Like positive conversations, positive exchanges where we're learning, and most of all trying to understand each other and understand how we, work together and just what these ideas mean. I have some things to share that I have shared with people, on an individual basis, and the response I always get is, wow, I never thought about that. Like, I never heard of that. I never studied that. I never seen that. And I get it, because I didn't either until I decided to go and really go on a journey and study and really understand why I believe what I believed, and not just because it either felt good or was because it was all I knew and all I grew up on, or because everybody else around me wouldn't be able to understand. This, what I'm doing, one of the biggest aspects of my mission, and why I mention this, that it's about the positive aspects, is because it's more for the person that I'm able to reach who either has gone through something similar or is, and feels alone and feels a good appreciation for the fact that there was another person who could relate when they felt like they were by themselves. Because that right there, above anything else, is literally worth living for. It literally is worth living an entire life. If I wasn't doing everything I was doing, it would just be that. You know, if I didn't have everything, if I wasn't who I was, but actually it's better that I am who I am because I have more to offer in different areas, and I use music and to convey positive messages and all kinds of good stuff. But if it weren't for that, I'd just be doing this to help the individuals, because I know what it feels like myself when you're feeling like you're by yourself, because you feel like you know that many people around you, friends and family, wouldn't necessarily understand because they've even never had questions or thoughts, or if they have, they just didn't come to the same conclusions, or what they did come to was something that worked for them, as far as their path. But if you were honest with yourself, it doesn't work for you, and it's like trying to force a round peg in a square hole. Sometimes we do that so that we can have friends, and so that we can have family, and so that we can keep the peace, But I've always been about help and giving, and that's all this is about. So anyway, this is the YouTube page, and I think I showed everything. If you guys can, if you aren't already, connect with me on all social media, from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the whole nine. And then other than this, like I said, coming back to the YouTube channel, I wasn't sure because of the topic, and some people can be very argumentative and it could just or in, and I say this in sincerity, or in ignorance, other people can, take the level of offense that causes a whole different kind of exchange. And I didn't want that on the channel. And also I didn't want people to get the wrong impression, or to be just like, if it clashed as far as subject matter. I mean, my goal isn't going to be to put videos on here and tearing people down, tearing things down. It'll just be telling my story and sharing useful information that I think would help. But I didn't know if the interest, But when I look at things now and the way that things go as far as social media and as far as your own network, a network station, from that perspective, I am one person. And I have one brand. And that one brand is positivity, love, giving, helping, sharing. And I have a motto that's what I know you know. And that is in any category. That is with regard to any category, any topic of interest, like any and everything. From music to motivation to theology to psychology, to science, to just everything. So I realized that now we have the ability, and we're afforded the luxury via the new way that you're able to live a career or live a life and live a legacy, that you as a brand is what the consistency is. And so I realized that, and I realized that it should be okay. And plus, it's also what confirmed it is the fact that the conversations that I have had, and maybe someone who's listening is a part of that group of people who we've had in-depth conversations, in-depth. It is that, while I'm doing that, let me play this video. This will be the last. I'm going to just play this in the background just so y'all can have something else visually stimulating. It might make you check out the video if you haven't already. But this is the Vegan SoulFest from 2 weekends ago. A blast, a learning experience, a sharing experience, a giving experience. But if you're a part of those people where we've had these conversations, then the thing is that I'm always about positivity and love and giving and sharing. And so with that being said, I realized that it's okay for me to put all these things together, everything that I'm about, because it literally is who I am, and it actually is really helpful and it resonates with people. And I've had nothing but positive responses back. Nothing. And I believe that's because of one reason. And I think if you're watching this video, I'm, behind the camera. If you were listening, there's me talking and there's music, us playing music and everything. There's Amachandra and there's Mei Lee. The thing is that there's one consistency about me that allows for me to have the most positive engagements with everyone. And it allows me the reason to have absolutely no fear. And that is that people know who I am. And this is not just for me. This is for you right now. This is literally for anyone listening as a motivation. I told Amma about 2 years ago, and I used to say it periodically, and I still do every now and then. It comes back to mind. When you know you have a mission in your heart, no matter what that is, whether it's a business or a hobby or, whatever, the only person that you need to trust is yourself, who you are, and your intentions. Your bottom line intentions. If your bottom line and intentions and motivations are pure, people will see that. And that alone will pave the way for you more than anything else. That will not just pave the way. Let me even rephrase that, because that's true, but I want to hit it deeper. That pure impact will have the same pure impact on each individual, unless they're fighting with themselves, unless they got some shit with them. Seriously, unless they have something, and we all do. That's why, I was teaching my daughter the other day the value of being patient with your fellow brothers and sisters and being patient with others. Because everybody is dealing with some things that they need somebody to understand. And then B, you are that person as well in that moment. And even if you don't feel like it's in that moment, give yourself an hour. Give yourself a day. You'll be dealing with something that's tough, or that you're afraid of, or you'll be dealing with something that's a struggle, a mental struggle that allows you just to be nasty or short, or just not treat people right, or not be understanding, or whatever it is. So that's why it's important. But anyway, with that being said, when it comes to going forth with something, I was telling my daughter, I was telling Alma, I tell myself, the only person you need to know best is yourself. Your intentions will speak the volumes of your actions. You won't have to explain. Actions speak louder than words. You watching this video right now, I don't have to explain to you how I feel about the community. I don't have to explain to you what my goal is when it comes to promoting other people's products. I don't have to explain to you what my goal is when it comes to giving hugs and kisses and showing appreciation to people, sharing and giving, and bringing that experience to others. I don't have to tell you. So that's what I'm going forward with. That's what I want to inspire on my path everyone else who's listening. As y'all can hear, I got a tear in my voice. I'm a pretty emotional person, and that's what allows me to be able to be sensitive to other people's emotions. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. Drop a line again if you're listening to this on Facebook. This part right here is a pre-recorded video. So I apologize if you all are speaking to me and it seems like I'm just ignoring you. But at any rate, drop every single comment so that I can reply to every single comment. And other than that, I appreciate you guys for your support. I appreciate the past support. I appreciate this present support. I appreciate the future support. The main thing I'm working on right now is showing you ways that you can support if you desire. And that is on my part as far as just business and working things out and, you know, putting up Patreon pages and all this kind of stuff. I'm finished a lot of it now. So once you go to those different places, you'll see where you can support. The only thing I don't have up there yet is just the pure donation system of like if you want to just drop something via PayPal or Cash App or something like that. And I'm working on a new website because I'm going to have membership services for all my educational materials. The extra that's in it, I'm going to be releasing everyday free stuff. And then past that, I'm going to be developing courses, and I'll have memberships on the site and just all kinds of stuff. So I have that. And also, I have my coaching and mentoring services on my Patreon already, but I'm also going to have it on my site where you can literally just click and make an appointment and just schedule one-offs and that kind of thing. So I'm working on all that, but let me know what you think, you know, and I appreciate the support, past, present, and future. I only have one goal, and I appreciate you for helping me do that now and hopefully for forever, for the rest of my life. My goal is to have one impact. If I can help someone, my living is not in vain. Peace, everybody. Thanks.